This is the building. Hold on. Before I move further, let me give you a brief history and the context of this house. I know some of you already know this house. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence or knowledge, but this is intention for those who is just learning or who is not familiar with this house. Right, why this house? And what is the significance of this house? Let me tell you why and what it is. This is the Pithanger Manor House, located in West London. It was designed and built in 1800 to 1804. Designed and built by Sir John Soane himself and dwelled by Sir John Soane himself for his family. And the architecture style of it is a neo-classical architecture. Sir John Soane himself is a predominant figure of the architecture profession of his era. The son of the bricklayer and become a prominent figure. He's the man who designed the Bank of England and many of the very, very well-known neoclassical architecture in London and some part in England. And the intention of this Pithanger house was to design as a domestic space where he could entertain his friends, the guests, and his clients. At the same time, intending to create a family homes in the countryside, which is held as the English country homes. However, his desire to create a kind of a architecture dynasty within his family, hoping that his two sons will become the architect, follow his footpath, didn't go according to plan. His family plan as the architect dynasty, where he set it up on this house, collapsed. And eventually he sold the house. Without further ado, let's have a look at this building. And before we go further, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and share. Thank you. So this is the rear of the John Soane house, the original side of the building. This is the rear side. Look at how this classical must have done by Mr. John Soane. Let's see, get to the front.
It happens sometimes, they just don't pop.
This is the view. This is the road. And there's a little store. Same. So look at that. So much detail on that. That's in line, all in line with that one. So yeah, this is the original John Soane house. Now we're going to the extension, to do the extension one for the exhibition. So I was declined from going in. It's the pavilion for the John Soane's restaurant. Has been built trying to be in harmony with the surrounding by using a minimalist kind of architecture, but at the same time using the material that limited with the building surrounding. Look at these vines. In the spring, in the summer, you will see the flowers blooming. Beautiful. This is the mature pine tree. Look at that. You can imagine when it comes to spring and summer, you will see the flower. It's going to be beautiful. But in winter, it's hibernating. The leaves are fallen, so there's nothing left. It's a beautiful plant. Love it. Place to relax. So what do you think? What I learned from this house of Sir John Soane is that Sir John Soane is a man of taste. He has the great ambitions. He built this house and designed his house in such great attention into details. It's obviously the scenes on exterior faces, on the facades, and which clearly adapted the language of the classical architecture, which held this building as the neoclassical architecture. Because this building is such a crafted in a certain way, in such great attention to detail, it is held as the exemplary architecture masterpiece of its era. And now this building must be preserved and protected for future generation, because it's now listed as a grade 1 piece of architecture. Now, looking back to the life of Sir John Soane himself, every successful man, there's always a failure behind. What I learned, the intention of this house was to design as a domestic space for his guests, for his client, above all for his family. He has two sons, which is hope to carry the architecture dynasty that he started as the son of bricklayer. However, his two sons didn't go according to his plan. One has a issue, so is the other. And eventually, his family collapsed and he sold the house. What am I getting out of this? For what we learn from this, the moral of this. One, if you want to build a house, never listen to the builder who would say, don't worry, I will sort you out. That would be a big mistake. You must pay attention to those who can actually craft your work, your project, your house, that would be lasted, that would be appreciated for a very, very long time, the value for money. And the second, if you want to build a house, we all know we want to build a house for our family, just like the bird when they're creating a nest for the chicks, but eventually the chick will fly away, the nest will be abandoned, just like family life. We want to build a house, such a mega big house for our young children. We set a certain plan, but nothing always go according to plan. But when your children grown up, they find their own way, to find their own destiny. They left, leaving the house, huge house, like Sir John Soane house, big mansion, empty space. What happened? He had to sell it. Sad, but true. Thank you.